You can build a stronger, faster, and more focused brain in just 10 minutes a day. This is a simple promise, rooted in the science of how our minds work. It does not require expensive tools or drastic life changes. Instead, it relies on small, consistent habits that harness your brain's ability to change and grow. At the core of our ability to learn and change is a remarkable process called neuroplasticity. In simple terms, this means your brain can reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. It is your brain's superpower. Every time you learn something new, practice a skill, or even think a different thought, you are physically changing your brain's wiring. This is not a concept reserved for scientists. It is a practical reality you can use to your advantage. Understanding this principle is the first step toward intentionally shaping your mind for better performance, focus, and well-being. It empowers you to become the architect of your own mental landscape. To begin harnessing neuroplasticity, you do not need to do anything complicated. The first habit is simply to practice focused attention. For just 5 minutes each day, choose one simple object in your environment. A pen on your desk, a leaf outside your window, or even the sensation of your breath. Your only task is to keep your attention on that single object. When your mind wanders, as it naturally will, gently guide it back. Attention is the gateway to learning and memory. This is the mechanism by which your brain selects what information to process from the countless stimuli in your environment. When you pay close attention to something, you are essentially telling your brain that this information is important and worth remembering. This focused state triggers the release of neuromodulators like acetylcholine. They act like a spotlight, highlighting the specific neural circuits involved and making them more receptive to change. You can read a page without absorbing a word if your mind is elsewhere, but you can memorize complex details when you are fully engaged. When you repeatedly focus on a specific task, you are actively strengthening the neural pathways associated with it. Each repetition makes the connection faster, stronger, more automatic. This is the essence of habit formation and skill acquisition. It is the combination of focused attention and deliberate practice that solidifies learning in your brain's physical structure. Let's try a simple exercise to combine these two principles. The breath cue engages your attention system, turning it from a flickering candle into a steady, powerful beam. While focus and practice are essential, rest and recovery are when the brain truly consolidates these changes. During deep sleep, your brain is anything but idle. It processes the day's information, strengthens important neural connections, and prunes away weaker, less relevant ones. Think of it as a librarian organizing the day's new books, placing them so they can be easily found later. Without adequate sleep, this vital organization does not happen effectively, leaving your learning incomplete. One of the most powerful tools is a consistent bedtime and wake-up time. Your brain thrives on routine. Predictable sleep patterns regulate your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake refreshed. Even on weekends, try to stick to your schedule. Consistency helps you cycle through all necessary sleep stages for optimal brain recovery. Add calming breath work. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 8. Extended exhales activate the parasympathetic system, your rest and digest mode. This creates the ideal internal environment for restorative sleep, memory consolidation, and metabolic clearance. The Science to Habit Ladder is a framework for turning scientific knowledge into lasting personal change. Start with a simple scientific fact, then build a small, manageable habit from it. Gradually increase difficulty, allowing your brain to adapt without overwhelm. Apply it to focus. Targeted attention strengthens neural circuits. Easy rung, week 1. 5 minutes daily on a single, non-digital focal point. Keep your attention there. When it wanders, gently return. Moderate rung, weeks 2 to 3. A single 10-minute deep work block. Turn off notifications. Do one specific task, 1 email, 2 pages, 1 problem. Committed rung, week 4 and beyond. 15 minutes. 5 minutes still focus, then 10 minutes immediate deep work. This primes your brain and trains switching into deep concentration on command. Here are 3 practical, evidence-backed exercises you can do today. 1. The box breathing exercise, 4 minutes. Find a comfortable seat. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Repeat for 2 to 4 minutes to balance your nervous system and enhance focus. 2. The deliberate practice minute. 1 minute. Choose one tiny skill. Practice only that for 60 seconds. If you err, pause, reset, slow down. This targets and strengthens a specific neural circuit. 3. The sensory grounding technique. 5 minutes. Look around and name 5 things you can see. Notice their color, shape, and texture. Name 4 things you can feel. Chair, clothing, air on your skin. Name 3 things you can hear. 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste, or 1 thing you are grateful for. Finish by noticing how your attention feels now. To truly support your brain, it helps to create an internal environment of calm. We can borrow from the gentle rhythms of the natural world to soothe overstimulated minds. Imagine the sound of wind in leaves. Present, peaceful, a soft whisper that can hold your attention. When thoughts feel stormy and chaotic, let them pass like gusts without being swept away. This creates a space for clearer thinking. Think of attention as a stream, sometimes raging and turbulent, but with practice, clear and steady, flowing in the direction you choose. The journey to a supercharged brain begins not with a leap, but with a single intentional step. You now have the understanding and the tools to begin making meaningful changes. Small, consistent actions repeated over time rewire your brain for better focus, learning, and calm. Let's create a simple 3-step nightly routine that takes less than 10 minutes. 1. Digital sunset. 1 minute. When the alarm goes off, put screens away and charge your phone across the room to reduce blue light and temptation. 2. Focused breath. 4 minutes. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 8. Repeat. This calms your nervous system, quiets your mind, and signals your body to rest. 3. 1. Goal. Intention. 1 minute. Choose a single important task for tomorrow and visualize completing it with ease. This sets a clear intention for your brain to work on while you sleep. By practicing it every night, you are actively training your brain. This is how you begin to build a stronger, sharper, more resilient mind. To continue your exploration, here are 3 accessible resources. 1. Atomic Habits by James Clear, a practical framework for small changes that yield big results. 2. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, understand and reshape the habit loop. 3. Spark by John Rady, MD, how exercise boosts learning, mood, and attention.